Hello and welcome to round 4 of the DDF Racer YouTube channel Hotlap Challenge Championship. I've given up trying to think of a shorter name for it, so any suggestions, put them in the comments, guys. If you're new here, then check out this video on top of the screen right now. But to summarize, I'm running an 8-round Hotlap Challenge Championship using a new car track combination from RACEROOM Racing Experience every week. And for this week's challenge, we're going all-out American with the Ford GT1 at Mid-Ohio. I absolutely love this circuit, but I've never actually driven it in RACEROOM before, so why not take a car I've never driven in RACEROOM before either? I know you guys have been asking me to try out the GT1s for a while now, so I thought I might as well make you try them too. I'm giving myself 1 hour to set the fastest time I possibly can, and then it's over to you to go and see if you can beat me. To make sure your time gets registered into the championship though, make sure you pay attention to this next bit. It's very important. Add me as a friend in RACEROOM Racing Experience. Because I'm using the public leaderboards for these challenges, I need a way of filtering out everybody who's taking part and who's not taking part. So yeah, all you need to do is add me as a friend in RACEROOM Racing Experience and go and set some laps. I've made it nice and easy for you and put a link in the video description to my RACEROOM profile and also the championship standings spreadsheet. So make sure you check them out and also subscribe to make sure you don't miss the rest of the challenges. Anyway, time for me to go and set a lap. Okay, so here we are then, on the leaderboard, getting ready to go, and we can see that there are 2 times already set. Sean Teal is currently fastest with a 1:22.856, with Jerry Watson in second place with a 1:27.246. It's a bit of a gap between those laps, and I've got no idea how I'm gonna compare to these ones, so nothing more to do really than start the timer. There we go, the clock is now ticking, and head into RACEROOM Racing Experience. Obviously taking a few seconds to get my VR headset up and running. Valuable time lost, that could make all of the difference at the end of this session. So, just to clarify, I've never driven this car before. I have no idea what to expect, so I'm going to take these first few laps very gingerly. But it is a GT1 car, so I'm expecting lots of power. No traction control on this thing as far as I'm aware. Of course, I just want to get a time on the board and then we can find out where the limits really are and push. No point setting a heap of invalid laps at the start, just want to get a few references for my braking points. Heading towards the hairpin for the first time. This is a notoriously tricky corner in any car. Just waiting to put the power down. It's all about the exit there, because the better exit you get, the more speed you carry down, whoa, pretty much the only straight on the circuit. The rest of it is undulating, sweeping corners. I always forget about American tracks. They don't use meters, so I'm so used to braking at, say, the 100 meter board or the 200 meter board. Here, you got to think about the 500, I think, is it yards or feet? I can't remember. Even though I am from the UK originally, I'm long after the imperial measurement system was abolished. Metric boy here. Okay, so it pushes quite a lot on the apex. Pushes quite a hell of a lot on the apex, actually. But we're going to come round, set our first time, get a solid banker on the board.
That time was 1:25.47.
Oh, listen to that thing. It sounds so good. No doubt, I've got several seconds I can find around this lap. We're already more than half a second up already, and I know I can push the braking zone so much further. Just gotta get dialed in with the car, guys. You can see how one corner very much leads into the next. It's all about flow and rhythm around here. We're almost a second up already, and I'm still not really pushing that hard. This corner is very reminiscent of Road America. Just the blind left over the top of the crest into the right-hander. The final section of Road America. You know exactly what I mean. Oh, it likes to get wiggly.
That lap was at 1:24.31. All through sectors are pretty quick.
Let's try a later apex now. Wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah, so much on power understeer. That's got to go. But I'll get a few more laps in first, get a proper feel for the car, and then I'll start tweaking with the setup. Like I said, it's the first time I've ever driven this thing. Ooh, Ooh, it's so easy to run wide there as well. On entry. Up over the blind crest. Remember, Dan, less speed in the final corner this time. Compromise the entry. Get a good exit. It's like a descending radius, or decreasing radius, that's what I'm thinking of. But we did do a little bit better than last lap. What time is this?
Lap was at 1:23.41. That's your quickest lap in this session.
Remember, Dan, don't brake so late. I think it was around about the 300 board. Oh, and there's a locked tyre at the front. Okay, so we're faster again.
That was at 1:22.84. That's your best lap in the session. Your times are good in all three sectors.
We're now officially the fastest on the leaderboard so far with that lap. But I don't think that's going to last long once you guys have a go. So much understeer. Countered by so much oversteer on the throttle. Yeah, I definitely think I can get a lot more time out of this car if I start playing with the setup. Feels like I'm being very tentative throughout the corners, like I haven't really got the confidence in it yet. But yeah, it's just like it wants to push on corner exit. I need to get the car rotating better. But it feels like it's got a disproportionate amount of power for the grip available. Oh, and round it goes. And I'm sure that is going to be the first of many spins today. Okay, so back out on track after a few setup changes here, guys. I've stiffened the front suspension and I've also significantly shortened the gears because I was never even reaching 6th gear before, and now we're reaching 6th gear, we're topping out the end of the straight, which is exactly how it should be. There's no point having extra gears in reserve, should I say? Because I'm never going to use them, and I might as well use the extra acceleration of the shorter gears. And also, immediately through this twisty section, it feels like the car is a lot more responsive. Maybe a little bit too responsive, but at least the gears feel good. Let's go and try another lap. Okay, that was scruffy.
Your last lap time was at 1:22.64.
But it was better. But I know there's so much more time still to find. I feel like the car is spinning its wheels, the rear wheels, a lot more now over the top of hills. It's a little bit faster.
That lap time was 1:22.48.
Just gotta be so patient with the throttle in this car. No traction control does make it quite difficult.
Sector 2. You've just done a 1:22.47. Good lap. That's your best in the session. Sectors 1 and 3 are looking quick. Sector 2 is 0.2 off your best.
It's marginally faster again, but by fractions of a second. Oh, I could listen to this engine sound all day. But unfortunately, I've only got 42 minutes left. And the track just dips away from you just as you want to turn in towards the apex, which forces the car wide. You feel like you should be able to take so much more speed through that corner.
You've done a 1:22.74. You're now 0.27 off your best.
I just want to take a quick moment to say that I am amazed by how many people are giving this Hotlap Challenge Championship a go. The levels of participation have been absolutely fantastic, and it's great to see so many new people on the channel, so many new people on the Discord as well, and same people coming back time after time. I mean, obviously there's Dennis Gikel right at the top of the leaderboard, so let's just pretend that guy doesn't exist. He's cleaned up shop so far with, I think, the fastest time in every single challenge. Show off. But you've got your Captain Flat Spots, you've got your Mooney GTs, you've got your JTs, your Sean Smiths,
1/10 off your best.
your RVR Closets, and probably several more people that I have just forgotten completely at this moment while my brain is preoccupied trying to keep this thing on the track. But it's just fantastic to see so many people getting involved.
0.04. That puts you 0.6.
Really appreciate the response, guys. Thank you so much for taking part. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of times you can do with this one. It's a bit of a handful. Probably the most difficult one so far, I'd say, in terms of pure car control. So obviously the first round, the Canard R52 at RACEROOM Raceway, that was, once you got used to it, it was quite a stable car. You could really push with it. The NSU was obviously as Mooney GT put it, the opposite of telepathic steering. So you kind of had to muscle that car around a little bit, but be gentle at the same time. And then the Tata Sev 4 was just delicate, you know? It was just such a delicate little drive. You had to really nail every single apex. This is, in the truest sense of the words, a muscle car. An all-out American, supercharged... I don't know if it is supercharged, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's basically a beast of a machine. It's a GT1, guys. What else do you expect? It's a hell of a lot of fun. It's a hell of a lot of a challenge as well. Okay, I think I'm starting to get it now.
Sector 2 time is quick.
I think I'm working out some lines that are a little bit quicker. Quarter of a second up.
You've just done a 122.24. That's your best lap in this session.
Yeah, the more I drive this thing, the more I realise it's about modulation. It's not about stamping on those brakes. And it's not about flooring the accelerator. It's about gently feeding the accelerator in. And just releasing the brakes ever so slightly to counteract the elevation changes in the track. Of which there are so many around here in Mid-Ohio. It's one of the things I love about this place. It's not just your basic, you know, turn in, apex, exit kind of thing. Like on paper, if this circuit was flat, it would be probably quite boring. But because the elevation, I mean, this corner, it's off camber, it's over a hill. And it feeds directly into a corner that goes in the opposite direction, which feeds directly into a corner which goes in the opposite direction, over the top of a blind crest, straight into a corner in the opposite direction. It's such a test of car. And such a test of brain power as well. You've got to really line them up. And you can carry so much momentum just by getting the first one right. I'm so tempted to slam on the brakes, but then you go wide when you go over a blind crest. And I'm so tempted to slam on the throttle, but then it pushes you wide like that. Or if you don't have the cornering grip, it just kicks the rear out. So really got to be cerebral in this car. He says as he completely misses his braking zone into the hairpin. And a perfect demonstration of putting the power down too early. There we go, guys. It's as if I planned it. But trust me, I didn't plan that in the slightest. Okay, there's another quarter of a second.
Your lap time was 22.00.
And despite going faster, I just don't feel like I've nailed the lap yet at all. I feel like I'm missing apexes, I'm braking too early, I'm losing speed everywhere. I feel like there's still so much speed to be found, but I'm not finding that much more around the track. It's a tricky one. It just doesn't feel satisfying. I don't feel like I've nailed it yet at all. Oh well, just got over half an hour to go in the session. As we lock the tyres there, our best time currently is a 1:22.002. We are 2,000ths away. Oh, sorry, technically 3,000ths away. There we go. There we go, pedantics. From getting into the 121s. And I think this lap's a write-off, so I'm going to come back to the pits and try and play around with the suspension and maybe some of the camber settings a little bit. I'm not a setup expert, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing, but I'll read the notes on the pit menu and, yeah, see what the go is. Okay, so back out on track with a few setup changes here, guys. Soften the rear suspension to try and help stop the rear spinning up as much and sliding as much.
That lap was at 121.85. That's your best lap in this session. Your times are good in all three sectors.
It's about as wiggly as you want to get as we take one of the cones with us. And we're into the 121s now, guys. Let's see if we can get 1:20 by the end of the session. Not by sliding it out of the corner like that. We're already a quarter of a second down and counting as we bleed all of our speed down the straight. Crunch. 0.17 up at the moment. Short shift to third there for a little bit of extra stability on acceleration. And keep it to the left here. It's tempting to run out wide to the right, but keep it to the left so you can get the drive into this corner. Just kind of coast it through and wait for the crest. And floor it. Kind of coast that one through the apex as well. And my least favourite corner on the track, and I'm sure many others. Such a fiddly little thing. Get the power down. Oh, it's just slower.
The lap time was at 121.88.
Oh! Almost carbon copy crunch again. 25 minutes to go. It's getting harder to find some time now, guys, but maybe I can get into the 120s if I really nail the perfect lap. Okay, so a slight setup change I've made on the car at the moment is I've put some rear wing back on. I did actually take a little bit off before, but it's making the car a little bit too unstable. It's not like there's that many long straights here that we're going to lose too much by putting the rear wing back on. So I'd rather have the grip, although it has now made the car a bit more understeery again. Some of the responsiveness I'd dialed in through the suspension has gone. See, unfortunately, I haven't got the advantage that you guys have got when you give this a go. I haven't got any ghosts to work off. I'm already at the top of the leaderboard now, so I don't really know what the best line is. I mean, I call myself a sim racer. I should be able to work it out, but it's just like treading new ground, you know? I'm setting the benchmark for all you guys, and then you guys have got a nice, easy reference. Where's my reference? Still a 10th down.
You've just done it for 22.00. You're now 0.12 off your best.
So yeah, just a reminder, guys, like I said at the start of the video, make sure you subscribe, and then you'll basically get to see all of the upcoming challenges and not miss a single thing. And there are links in the description to my RACEROOM profile, so you can add me as a friend and get your time registered on the leaderboards. Well, registered on the championship spreadsheet, basically. They're already going to be on the leaderboards, but I need to know who's my friend and who's not my friend, so I can filter the times out. So make sure you do that. Link to my profile in the description also. Link to the championship standings in the description also. Although there have been a few issues with the leaderboards on RACEROOM recently, with a few times disappearing, so hopefully by the time this video goes out on Friday, they will have resolved themselves and everything will be back to normal. Oh, 2/10 down still.
That lap was at 22.08. That puts you 0.23 off your best.
Oh, this could be good. Notice how I said the word could be good.
That was at 22.86.
And that's the end of that lap as well, so I'm going to restart and come back to the pits and try again. Not going to lose too much time on that effort. No point going around to complete the lap, as we've now only got 18 minutes left in the session. I need to try and get as many solid laps in as possible. Time is running out and I just can't seem to beat that 1 minute 21.847. Oh, and we're still a 10th down.
That was at 22.00.
At least I'm being consistent. Something I discovered through that second sector just now is that short shifting seems to help massively. No point running it out to the top of the revs unnecessarily so in this car, it seems, which is great to discover with 15 minutes left to go. I wish I'd discovered that 45 minutes ago. It's a better lap. Here we go, finally.
You've just done it for 21.72. Your times are good in all three sectors.
Oh, it's all about that short shift on acceleration. You really don't need to use the peak revs in this car when you're in the lower gears. It's got so much grunt to just pull itself along out the slow stuff. And it really does help with the rear stability. Reduces the chance of spinning the wheels up. Like, you want to shift down to get the turn in, but as soon as you're safe, just shift up and away you go.
That's
another 10.
That lap time was 121.66. Good lap. That's your quickest so far.
Oh, I ruined this lap. Locked the front right into that corner, which I should have really learned the name of. Once again, DDF Racer not doing any research on the circuit whatsoever before he films an hour-long session about said circuit. Fantastic, Dan. Top marks for being a pro YouTuber there, mate. Overcooked it, but I'm still 2 tenths up. I need to brake a little bit earlier for that left-hander. I'm consistently running wide there now. That's one of my main areas of improvement, I think, for this lap. Again, maximum concentration. Oh, there we go.
Your lap time was 121.51. Sectors 1 and 3 are fast. Your sector 2 time is quick.
And this one's even better. I'm really starting to get to grips with this car now.
Sector 1 is quick.
Famous last words. But that was, that felt like such a good lap. I'm really starting to get the hang of this car. I need more time, but I've only got 7 minutes left, so let's restart and go for another one. Another quarter of a second.
That lap was at 121.32.
I thought I'd try holding it in third gear through the final complex then. It really seemed to help. Okay, so only 5 minutes left in the session now, guys. Maybe 3 or 4 laps at most. I feel like every lap I do, I'm just finding more time in this car now. Like I said, 5 minutes is not enough. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left, guys. Maybe 2 laps. Definitely 1.
Sector 1 time is good.
Oh, locked tyre. Whew. Okay, this lap's definitely a write-off now. Spinning the rear tyres over the top though. It's going to be next lap and that's it. Okay, maximum concentration now.
That was at 121.91. You're now 0.6 off your best. Sector 1 is quick. Sector 2 is 0.42. It's lower than your best. Sector 3 is 2 tenths off your best.
Oh, that's not a good start. 10th down on the straight. Might be able to make it up in the final sector, but that 1 minute 20 is looking pretty elusive now.
Sector 1, it's a tenth off your best.
Missed that apex.
Sector 2 is 0.16 off your best.
Oh, we got the drive out the final corner, but it wasn't enough.
Just done it, 120.
Oh.
50. You're currently 0.18 off your best.
Couldn't quite do it. Let's cruise it back around and do a cooldown lap and just reflect on the previous hour of running. 1 minute 21.318, about 1.5 seconds faster than the fastest lap that was already on the leaderboards, but probably about 5 seconds slower than what Dennis Kikel is going to do. Go and fire up the Ford GT1. It can't be any GT1 car, it has to be the Ford, because America! Just go and see if you can beat me. I'd be interested to see how long it takes you to get up to speed. But I feel like if I had another hour, I could maybe get into 1 minute 20s. But from this point onwards, the gains are going to be very minimal. Very small gains, like tenths here, maybe half a tenth there, that kind of thing. Which is kind of why I limit myself to an hour, really, so I don't drive myself crazy spending all day on a challenge. Anyway, enough of my rambling. It's your turn, guys. Go and fire it up, have a go, post your times in the comments, and make sure you add me as a friend in RACEROOM Racing Experience to make sure your time gets in the championship leaderboards. Link in the description to the championship spreadsheet, so you can go and check that out. And if you want to add me as a friend in RACEROOM, then I've made that easy for you as well. That is a link in the description too. Also in the description is a link to Discord, so if you want to join in the chat in between the challenges and see what's going on, have a chat with all the competitors and just have some friendly banter, then do that. Link in the description to my Discord as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave the video a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe. Most importantly, subscribe so you don't miss any more challenges and any other content that I do. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I've been DDF Racer. All the best.